without post-lunch coma effect to dive into the second session of our faculty development program on solar effect on climate dynamics and renewable energy towards sustainable solution, sponsored by the AICT Training and Learning Academy and organized by AEI department. This FDP will be conducted over 6 days from November 18 to 23, 2024. This session is titled as Understanding Inertia with Zero Spin Energy into the Renewable-based Synchronous Grid. This subject is crucial as we transition towards renewable energy system and tackle the challenges associated with maintaining grid stability and inertia in the absence of conventional spinning results. To lead this session, we are once again privileged to have with us our expert speaker, Professor Dr. Chandan Kumar Chanda, who will shed light on these complexities and offer insights into innovative solutions. Sir, I now invite you to take over the session and guide us through this fascinating topic.
Understanding inertia. Inertia means the inertia we learned in 9th standard physics from first law. That time we are not aware that inertia will finally act in our system and renewable energy iteration. We know the definition of inertia and suggested and explored on it years back by Sir. So that inertia I am talking about, we related with the law system. With the zero spin energy basically means the solar energy does not have any rotation into the renewable-based synchronous grid. As I talked in the morning session, most of the generation comes from thermal power plant. Even nowadays we are all in basis on the hydro power station where the rotation is available. So where rotation is available means it's a kind of inertia is already available as a free gift to us. So that inertia when it is here in the grid, and if you try to connect the renewable energy, because that I told you in the morning session, there is a pressure in it. We have to reduce the carbon emission by this, by 2030 this amount, by this G20 summit and all that, by all the leaders from different countries. So because of the pressure we need to reduce the carbon emission, we have to penetrate renewable energy as there is no other alternative. Solar energy is abundantly available, The solar energy, if you do not know the statistics, in every second, if I talk only about the solar energy, forget about wind and all that, and what we are getting in only half of the day, only 12 hours, not the 24 hours. In every instant, whatever we are receiving from the sky, if we can utilize 10% of that energy, it is more than enough to supply the total energies of this planet, all the countries of this. So 10% of the energy, solar energy, we can be able to utilize. The solar energy, in fact, we are receiving only 15 to 20%, not beyond that. Most of the energy getting wasted in different layers. And because of the electromagnetic spectrum, you are able to catch all the solar energy in the 7 spectrum. Only 2 or 3 spectrums we get it. That's it. So only that, of that 10%, for a single instant you are able to capture, that is more than enough to feed the power of this planet for whole 1 year. So what we are doing, the government magnetic flooding, there is a lot of pressure from the government side, there are a lot of issues. You have to try to eliminate the combustible type of four-wheelers and the large vehicles, you want EV around that. It is basically renewable-based, energy-based, battery-pack-based energy. So, issues are there is a continuous pressure from the government and from the technical side. On the other hand, there is a huge advancement in the renewable energy. Even though there is a lot of advancement for power electronics and the material side, whenever I deliver a lecture, such the solar technology, such a technology, all these things are involved, including the social science and philosophy also. The students may ask, how is philosophy and social science are involved with this? Your solar energy generation, it is there. Again, if you go with the deep learning, that means you all talk about DL for deep learning. Chemical energy is involved, metallurgical engineering involved, civil is involved, everything is involved. So if this is the pressing need, the challenge is integration of how to handle it and what are the technical features inside integrate. A lot of different. But I always saw this. If anybody listens to my lecture in other NIT, Indian School of Mines and IIT, this is a standard picture I love to give as an electrical engineer. Alexander Graham Bell, where some electric doctor. It's very, very fascinating slide for you. Alexander Graham Bell was somehow transported to the 21st century. He would not begin to recognize the components of modern telephone, smartphones and texting. iPhone and all the smartphones, if you show to Graham Bell, I write and you have to go to recognize. What we know is the father of this communication telephone, is the telephone inventor. You have to identify a single component of the telephone system. On the other way around, if you would have bring back Thomas Alva Edison, he started his venture, power transmission, possibly no, in 1882 from New Jersey to New York, only 25-30 kilometers. Unfortunately, in 2006, I saw that Thomas Alva Edison statue in New Jersey. And from college, I went there. Thomas Alva Edison. He started this venture transmission from New Jersey to. And again, if we ask Thomas Alva Edison to come back and see the transmission line of Haldia, he won't be able to differentiate. It is same. So 1882 transmission is DC, 2024, 19th November transmission line, everything is same except it is AC now and then DC. So there is no change. It is generated through that power to the transmission line through hookup system transformer. Even though there is a huge tussle between Tesla and Thomas Alva Edison, this is not a cold air between AC and DC. So what we are doing for the last 140 years, if there is so much change in the communication side, and if there is no change, in fact there is zero change in the transmission line, we have to think in any way. So that I wanted to give by this slide, and the next slide will give better picture to you. This is the old telephone system, this is a smartphone, and Thomas and Graham Bell able to identify that phone, but you weren't able to identify this phone. But Thomas Alva Edison is quite familiar with 2024 distribution system also. So we are lucky we from the communication people, and we have to change a lot. So the question is renewable energy penetration, and these are all different kinds of. Why I have taken this slide intentionally? While I go to the, I do not know after this heavy food and this kind of workshop, it's very difficult to digest and absorb because you might feel sleepy. Sometimes as an old man I also feel sick. Because this slide have intentionally given that there are the different types of solar energy, and different types of solar energy means the inertia is different. The inertia of windmill is different from inertia of wind turbine. The inertia of solar is completely zero. Inertia of thermal is little bit available. If you go for a geothermal, good amount of energy is available. Tidal energy is available. So if you want to penetrate renewable energy, in general sense is okay. But if you look into the sources, we are trying to put the different energy of different inertia. So intentionally or unintentionally, we are putting the heterogeneous inertia system, and it is really difficult. When we are in a static condition, car is moving, there are two inertia, but if I have a rotating platform with a different, and that rotating platform is vibrating, and train is running in a vibrating mode, and if I will to get into the train, is a Herculean task, is a rocket science of kind of technology from that is the required nowadays. That's why the people are suffering a lot more in here. So many these energies are available with different inertia models. How to integrate? It also. So the challenges of renewable energy. This is the perfect balance. If the generation supply and demand is perfectly this 100 megawatt generation and 100 megawatt energy we are generating perfectly, then it is 50 hours. If there is a little bit imbalance in the active hour, I am talking about frequency means active hour, there is no chance of reactive hour discussion here, there is no voltage instability of describing. So this is perfect, but the right hand side speaks a different story altogether. So if we talk about the zero speed energy in the solar energy, sky color was the PV generation, not the thermal. In the thermal there is a small amount of energy here, but as far as this is the sky curve. And red one is the low demand, which is so much fluctuations from say 5 o'clock to 20. I have taken for these. So imagine the left hand side 50 are able to get it if the red color curve is completely superimposed with the sky color curve. They are not able to get 50 Hz. So there are issues. The sky color curve we cannot change, only God can change. The radiation, irradiance, insulation in the morning hours will be very hours because in the western part of India, some sets at 8 o'clock, not like here 5:30, 6 o'clock. Indians should have plotted like this, student has plotted like that. So it needs to be matched, but who will match it? The load curve is this and the generation curve is this. If it is perfectly matched, perfectly superimposed, then only that will be 50 Hz. But the sky color, we do not have any control, we do not have any control of the generation. We cannot command to some, no, we give this generation during this time. You have to shine today brightly. We cannot command to the sun. Whatever God will give, we have to accept it. So there is a little more scope in the red curve and how to do it. And the concept of inertia counts. So challenges of renewable energy, these are all general kind of things, but still let me read out and explain. Hard to forecast and time meteorological forecast, sometimes backcast. Backcast time is the historical details a lot. Because of the supervised learning, if you apply email, it helps a lot these things. So very difficult to forecast, but sometimes nowadays we get a good algorithm for that. Sometimes it matches, Location dependence, offshore and deserts is really very important issue. Non-synchronous technology, zero speed energy, connected to polyelectronic devices. Again the question is your transmission line, this is some line is AC. We are generating DC energy, so in polyelectronic device will come. And once polyelectronic device will come in between DC generation and AC transmission, in the back of our mind there are a lot of questions comes. Polyelectronic device is simple language, in a layman's language, it's nothing but the switching devices. And any switching devices in electrical engineering, it creates harmonic. So, intentionally or unintentionally, the moment we are putting converter, push to push, buck to whatever make the converter is required for controlling load, we are using power electronic devices and we are introducing the harmonic. And harmonic means it is completely jeopardize the total harmonic distortion of the system. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are inviting the harmonic. But there is a solution. There is a prescription for that. The prescription is we can use active filter or passive filter or high filter to mitigate the harmonic state. Nowadays the audit is there. The morning I was talking about audit, financial audit. Then again after a few years the terminology came, the energy audit. They will go to the different buildings. Nowadays, the IIT people, after completion, they will take from IIT. They never go for a studio kind of job. They 3 or 4 friends, south side, they have developed. I know few of them. They have developed a form, and that is not the energy audit, but the financial audit, rather the harmonics audit, because there are nowadays a lot of polyelectronic applications, and then the backside with the background of the concept. So the harmonics auditors are there, are all big people from firing, they started to business. That was it. Unable to show connected to polyelectronics, innovating harmonics and mitigations, and unable to support traditional grid services. So these are the really very, very difficult issues to integrate it. Engaging penetrations of intermittent renewable energy generation brings more challenges and introduces additional uncertainty. The power system itself is uncertain. That I told you the moment now is a man-made complex system, and we cannot go with a complex mathematical model for that. And we really try to develop a mathematical model. It is available for the grid. It is very difficult to solve by the numerical techniques. Whatever we learned our first semester math paper, and finally that does not converge at all. It is a very challenging issue, very, very challenging issue. Because the load is uncertain, the reactive power management, fact devices, all uncertainties are there, and with that uncertainty, when adding fuel to the fire, the renewable energy we are trying to penetrate it, it is self an uncertain. So we are playing a game with uncertainty, and again the first substation come, only IML can handle it. Challenges of renewable energy continued system inertia. That's the beginning, that's my theme of my presentation, has been of time variant. That's the difficult issue. Whatever we understand inertia from Newton's first law, that is time invariant, but here it is a time domain parameter, it is a time variant parameter, and makes the system really complex. Just like that we cannot penetrate. So we have no rotating mass, zero rotational mass, and secondly, that slide I cannot see from this side because of a issue. There is a synchronous power generation. We are going inverter-based generation IBG, and the clock starts. IBG, harmonics, active filter design, cost involvement, harmonics mitigation, and at the same time zero inertia is PV. If we add windmill, little bit inertia again, depending on the speed of these things. And heterogeneous and time variant, because windmill and solar system works in time only, is a time dependent function. Now, what is power system here? How does inertia balance temporarily? That I have tried to give a very small example. How does inertia balance temporarily? We can balance it temporarily basis by virtual inertia or synthetic inertia that is called. Have you ever heard this virtual inertia and synthetic inertia? I describe that one material is there, one student, he did a lot of things in Bombay, energy, necessarily without that being very important, synthetic and virtual inertia. How inertia is related to group characteristics you know in the animations. Group is defined as the percentage change in speed required for 100% global direction. Why inertia is absent in a renewable? There is no motion, so there is no inertia in the solar energy. So I am trying to take a very small example. See, let this, even though it is a recording mode, I will guess if people don't mind, let me speak in Bengali, so this kind of example, it's not the real example, no. I have not taken the data, real data, I told you it's very difficult to get. Just for simplicity's sake, to make you understand very clearly, I have taken an example and try to understand. Mechanical power is equal to rotational power plus electrical power. Whatever we are energy, we are feeding to the turbine. Say if I consider it a coal-based thermal power plant, that burning coal, boiling water, converting to steam, then converting to dryness factor 1.0, then throwing to the blades of the turbine. So turbine is rotating. That's a very simple philosophy. And turbine blades are directly coupled to the alternators. And the alternator is having a field, that is a DC field, comes from the static excitation. So field is rotating and turbine is rotating, the field is rotating. Conductor of the stator are in the static mode, and Faraday's law is acting, and electromagnetic induced voltage energy. So whatever the energy we are giving to the turbine blades, say we are giving say 100 100 units of energy. I'm not going with megawatt and gigawatt kind of thing. Rather, if you see this type of thing, 100 unit of energy you are giving to turbine blade, and finally you are getting say 75, 80 units of energy. So 20 units of energy are getting wasted. That's the idea of the. It's not that. It is there in the form of kinetic energy and the inertia. So that's the input power comes from the turbine to rotate the turbine. Simple as that. Some amount of input power is utilized to rotate the rotor and maintain the desired frequency. And the electric power. Electric power basically we can classify into constant power load, constant impedance load, and constant current load. Constant current load. For simplicity's sake, I have considered constant power load. I mean the induction motor, because most of the load in industry or in the commercial consumers are induction type of motor, easy to design, very simple in maintenance and all that. So I have intentionally considered the constant. Sometimes the question of why constant power load, because most of the load, either the residential as well as the commercial industry, are induction type of constant power load. Is the ideal constant power load I have considered. Try to understand this. Mechanical power means electrical power plus some rotational power is the simple mathematical equation. Now I have given an example. Don't consider the real data actually, So mechanical power is 500 megawatt. Rotational power inertia is 50 megawatt per peak. I told in the morning 50 our Indian frequency standard, so 50 megawatt. So rotate, but it is not the fact, maybe 4 or 5 megawatts in India data. That's possibly easy to say. So electrical power we are getting 450 megawatt. That's for electrical active power. I'm not talking about the reactive power. 450. So 50 megawatt we require for where from the rotation has come? The rotation has come when we throw the steam to the blades. So for that rotation we need certain amount of energy because initially turbine was in a standstill mode. So 50 megawatt and that 50 megawatt is creating 50 Hz. From that simple formula, N is equal to 120 by P. P is the number of volts that is fixed by the design people PHL or kiloscat, and 120 is the fixed quantity, no one can vary. So F is coming 50 Hz or 50 megawatt. So 50 megawatt equals 50 Hz. So for 1 Hz frequency in our Indian power system, we need 1 megawatt for 1 Hz. Try to remember this data. Now let me take a simple case study. Mechanical power is 500 megawatt and we are claiming it as a rigid because try to understand this very clearly. Mechanical power is coming from the boiler, demineralization plant. These are all mechanical devices and we know the time constant of mechanical devices are more. This is like in Bengali people. Get up at 9 o'clock, forget the sun's rises at 5:30, please bother, and therefore class যেতে হবে forget, তুমি জানো না আমি 2 অবধি রাতে জেগেছিলাম, answering please mother. So that's a village kind of thing, mechanical system, tau is very very poor and is rigid. It does not want to change so quickly. Electrical power, that's again a thing. So 450 megawatt earlier, suddenly 2 megawatt demand has come. Suddenly, it might happen. Suddenly 2 megawatt load has come. Food I have got, I am taking. So 50 watt going to that side. And this demands suddenly 452 megawatt, 2 megawatt. Should frequency will go down? The question is, we have to operate the generator or the grid with a frequency band. We can, if you talk about the synchronous generator, we cannot go below 49.5 or we cannot go 50.5. There is a frequency band. There is a under frequency and over frequency delay. It will trip the system. An issue. We don't require the system to trip. Suddenly the demand comes, the frequency delay is there, if the frequency gets it will trip and all generator will be and whole will be back up. It's not possible also. We need power, we will deliver the power. Rotational, that inertia is here. Inertia means the rotor is rotating in a tremendous speed, in a 3000 RPM. So what will happen, that rotational power, the rotor, he will tell that okay, the turbine boiler is not able to supply the power. It means it cannot change the power. And whatever you have to take the decision in a sub-second level. because this mechanical power, 502 megawatt, actually 2 megawatt, they are able to deliver within 10 minutes. But in a fraction of a millisecond, electricity, lot of things can happen electricity in a sub-second level. So that sub-second is very, very important actually. During that sub-second, the power system is out of here, it is completely black out. So during that sub-second level, rotational inertia which is available with the rotor, I am the man who will help you out during this. So you will give 2 megawatt for the timing for few milliseconds, 10 milliseconds or I need 50 megawatt to generate 50 hertz, okay. For first 10 milliseconds, I will give you 2 megawatt. Boiler did not generate it, that will take 10 minutes time to generate it. Because automatic governor will come, throttle valve will open, the steam will come, a huge long process and time consuming process. Then what will happen? Earlier, to generate 1 hertz, we need 1 megawatt. Now that fellow is a very kind-hearted fellow, that turbine is giving 2 megawatt on instantaneous basis, without even thinking, take it. I am having the rotation, take this power from me. So 2 megawatt is pushing to that side without seeking a millisecond, give it. Now, what is the frequency now? 40 hertz. I told Golper Guru actually theoretically it's not possible, just for exponential sake I have taken, the frequency has come down. And that's why whenever the demands goes, without any prior intimation to the generator side, there is a fluctuations of frequency. And that frequency comes, where from that frequency fluctuation comes from the rotational part. Because F is nothing but, N is nothing but 120 F by P. P is fixed, 120 is fixed, N is fixed. So if it is related in the mathematical way, you cannot control that one. So that is digital, that's the thing. So why the frequency drops down? Because turbine is giving certain amount of power because of which kind-hearted is taking. I am having the inertia, no issue. Take from me and this. Probably I have got for another example this. Case 2, mechanical power 500 megawatt, suddenly certain amount of load has gone off. It might happen that it got a load loss. I have taken only 2 megawatt. It might be a huge amount of load loss in a particular system. Just to make you understand, 440 megawatt. But the characteristics of the load cannot change in instantaneous basis. Mechanical power you cannot change, it will go on supply, you cannot instruct turbine, no, we need 440 watt, you will change your steam generation and all that. It will take 1 minute time. And within 1 minute, because electricity moves in the speed of light, a lot of things happen. Now you know, a cup of coffee can do a lot of things. So that kind of thing, within a fraction of a millisecond, everything happens. So, again that gentleman is here, the turbine, he will tell, okay, let me rotate slightly faster as because it is throwing the load and mechanical power will not absorb the electrical load. We told that, okay, I will take that 2 megawatt extra, I will rotate faster. And if the turbine rotates faster, obviously the frequency has become 52 hertz. Just for explanation second, but we do not allow more than 50.5. So imagine one inertia is coming from the synchronous generator. And the advantage of the synchronous generator, we are giving so many carbon emissions, greenhouse gases, the pressing needs from the government, geopolitical issues of different countries, border, with all these issues, the see how synchronous generators are working very smoothly. At least for first few cycles, we need not go for a first frequency response control on polyglot. We need not. The turbine is taking that care of automatically. That's the biggest issue. And in that respect, US is a very clever country. I do not know. Trump will join as president 20th January next year. So they are using all this renewable energy and petrol from outside. They have reserved their coal in their own. That's known as surviving. They know that coal and synchronous generator is the ultimate. And the northern part of USA, they believe in coal. they are in a hybrid kind of thing. They believe in traditional system, they are very clever people. So they don't believe on pure penetration of renewable energy. They know there are a lot of technical issues here. So they have reserved their coal in own way. They purchase the coal by showing some trade to the Indonesia, Australia and all that. They have reserved their own resources. They know that coal is the ultimate and that we need it for seamless operation. And that is single. So case 1, hopefully I try to make you understand the mechanical powers in the 452 and the frequency has been changed. Now what will happen? If you can have a look, so let me explain and I should let me stand for a few minutes. I should. Because this is very important diagram I feel for the faculty. The left hand side, the system extension means the synchronous generator expansion as well as renewable energy extension that you want to mean. The TEP is the load increasing. Today's Haldia's load, today's the Howrah's load may not be equal to tomorrow's load. If you go to the CSC, you find there are new 500 customers from new flat, they are waiting to get for the new connections. So load is continuously changing and increasing in order. So system extension in every day, every second. That's important issue. Weather phenomena is highly unpredictable, especially nowadays, cyclone, super cyclone, November is running completely jeopardizing this weather condition. That's tremendous pressure to the technical people, to the engineers. Large power flow, we need huge amount of power flow to the transmission line. And because of that, and because of the deregulation, the congestion, you know, nowadays they are also trying to manage the congestion management in a transmission line. So the large power flow, and another talking about system, the congestion management. Market rules not in line with the operation condition. Not true. Technically, it is not true, but in our country, we do not follow the market, we do not bother about all these things. The market rules not in line with the operation conditions. So these are the left side issues. These are all the negative impacts. But it will happen automatically. The right hand side, let me start from the decommissioning of rotating machine. Why decommissioning of rotating machine? Because there is a pressure from the government, stop this rotating machine, bring solar energy. So decommissioning. Go on, stop all the, no synchronous generators. So once you decommission, you have to bring inverter ideas, inverter-based generation. And inverter-based generation means by default, you are decreasing inertia. By default, no inertia. Once you decrease the inertia, ROCOF will start come. ROCOF is a very important terminology nowadays. ROCOF means rate of change of frequency. In a normal power station, a turbine is available, no? We always talk about the, if you studied that chapter in a 5th or 6th semester, we talk about the frequency deviation delay. How much frequency is deviating from its set to the standard value. But nowadays, we do not talk about the change of frequency, rather, we talk about the change of frequency and its rate. DDT of delay. That's the important criteria of penetrating. It's another mathematical model that can be called and is known as frequency nadir. Have you ever heard this term, frequency nadir? That point is very, very important. At the critical juncture, the threshold where the frequency nadir takes place after penetrating renewable energy. So ROCOF is very, very important. And what mathematical model is here after taking heavy lunch, we feel I know that mathematical part. So the frequency nadir takes place now. So ROCOF. And ROCOF means it does not mean it should be overshoot or it may be undershoot ROCOF or undershoot frequency nadir. So this is one important issue which coming in the right hand side. These are all issues, all problems. But just like that we say renewable energy penetration. So many things. Short circuit power reduction. The moment we put renewable energy into it, we know what is short circuit ratio in a power system. The moment we put renewable energy, short circuit ratio is very, very important thing for controlling the stability of the power system. By default, it comes automatically. Whenever we suffer from a fever, the next moment we do not go with the medicines and all that. The body having a self-control mechanism, they try to kill the bacterial viruses. If it fails, then you go to a doctor and they give Calpol 650 or that kind of medicine. So self-healing mechanism is there for circuit power.
But the moment we put renewable energy, short circuit, that are not going to explain more the short circuit ratio, short circuit gets reduced. By default, if you put renewable energy, short circuit get reduced. Another issue. And then another side is the deterministic frequency deviation. Deterministic, so we can able to calculate the deviations of frequency if there is a sudden load thrown off or sudden load comes into the system. So we can calculate the deviation, but that deviation does not give the clear picture. In every aspect, I can give an example. When you are doing any kind of marriage programs, I will use the video recording. Video recording means a continuous frequency deviation is good. We can use the ordinary calculus. First order derivative, second order derivative, third order derivative. As per Leibniz theorem, we can go up to nth order derivative, but we need the fractional order calculus. We know probably FOC, fractional order calculus, very important in control. And we have to incorporate the algorithm using FOC. But we have to differentiate the function or integrate the function in a fractional way. We are taking the derivative of dy dx, d2y dx, it's not that, d half y, d half x. So from one single integer order, there are 1,000 fractional orders that can able to capture the curve. And another important issue. So where will go with the area? Will able to do their calculus during that operation? So deterministic frequency deviation is there in the system, and inertia oscillations come, I told in the morning how probably the inertia we are getting from the synchronous generator, another inertia we are getting. Where from we are getting another inertia? From the load side. Because in the load, there are a lot of devices are rotating, induction motor, synchronous motor. But remember, those loads should be voltage dependent and frequency dependent load, otherwise not. If there is a voltage dependent and frequency dependent rotational devices are there, you can extract the inertia from that. That inertia is here. That inertia helps a lot. That kind of. And in that kind of inertia, there is a kind of oscillations. Violation is here. And the characteristics of the load. So all these things will be clubbed together and you have to handle simultaneously. Because every aspect will generate terabyte amount of data, and have to control in a very nice way so that we can able to manage our inertia. So with your permission, let me say it again. So this is very, very important, no? So this is the map of interactions of this inertia aspect. So mathematical modeling, I don't know how much interest. Mathematical model of inertia means when you talk about rotational inertia, there are three types of inertia. One inertia is coming from the synchronous generator. Another inertia is coming from the load side, which is dependent on voltage and frequency. And another inertia is the synthetic inertia or the virtual inertia. Sometimes these are all storage devices. I mean the battery system management or battery supply system, BSS or BSA, that plays a very, very important role in the synthetic inertia, or pump storage house that can act as a very good synthetic inertia. Or supercapacitor also plays. Nowadays, Japan is using supercapacitor as a synthetic inertia. So the first law of Newton, that from there it is derived in fact. In fact, Newton's law is applicable for linear motion, no? But here the thing is rotating. The same thing we have applied for the rotational energy. That's all. That's the difference. And this is time independent, but in our case turbine or load is a time dependent parameter. That's all. The rotational and time dependent parameter. So according to Newton, the presence of an unbalanced force in accelerator object changing its speed in its direction and both its speed and direction. So that's here. And putting in mathematical. So Newton's second law states that the acceleration of an object is dependent upon two variables: the net force acting upon the object and the mass of the object. That's the basic fundamental formula. The acceleration of an object depends directly upon the net force acting upon the object and what's the upon the mass of the object. That is a very basic formula that I'm not going to explain. But here synchronous generator another important aspect is there. When you talk about the stability of a grid, especially active power stability, then we write that P transmission is equal to EV upon X by sine delta. If you note the power flow expression, delta is a power rate, EV by X sine delta. So it is basically a sinusoidal function and nonlinear function. As long as the sinusoidal function imagine the mechanical energy is a constant in nature, in a synchronous generator, there is no stability this will come. But if the mechanical energy is more than the electrical energy requirement or vice versa, then what will happen? The rotor will start swinging. And from there, equation, very important equation has come from exam point of view. We generally ask the students swing equation. So, inertia concept, if you want to derive in a time domain and a heterogeneous mode, we have to bring this swing equation. Swing equation, you know what is swing equation? M d squared d squared delta dt square is equal to Pm minus P. So let us start from the scratch, that swing equation. Slowly let us try to define what is U of. If you feel good, no, it's all a little bit mathematical. In fact, I think I could have taken this one in the before lunch. Inertia definition, F is equal to mass into acceleration, m dv dt. This is for the linear motion. But as far as the rotational part is concerned, this m will be replaced by j and dm dt. That is the thing. So moving to electrical system, the previous formulation refers to mechanical mass rotating with a mean angular speed radius. That is the mechanical angle, not the electrical angle. You know the relation between electrical radius and mechanical, then it can be expressed with this. This is the difference of torque between the mechanical torque and the electrical torque. T for, and I have intentionally given T because when you put the renewable energy is a time dependent function. Solar irradiance, solar insulation is a time dependent function. So solar generation is a time dependent function. So inertia is continuously changing depending on the supply. So this inertia cannot be a time independent function. So intentionally I have given it time dependent function. M and E means the mechanical and electrical. And from here, from the basic definition that we wrote, T, I'm omitting T intentionally, but is a time dependent function. T minus T divided by dm dt is equal to J. But this J does not work nicely. That's again an issue. Here you can apply again. I'm not going to do this. All these things will be converted to E-kinetic. Kinetic energy is required, which is given than 2 megawatt extra and 2 megawatt less requirement. That will be converted to kinetic energy, which turbine will play a very important role. That is taking care of the issue. So E-kinetic is equal to half J square. But all that, M is not a time variable function, but J is a time variable function dependent on time. But in normal derivation, J was dependent on time. So these are all these. But the point, let me explain here why we define H in a swing equation. Because all the synchronous generators are having their different moment of inertia constant. That is the issue. If you want to calculate the inertia constants of all the synchronous generators of same rated capacity, still you find. Because we all 25, 30 people, including myself, they are all are having the different characteristics, different eye, different talent, different memory, different color of hair, different mindset, different, everything is different. Even though we are having 2 hands, 2 legs, and everything same. So that's the thing with the generator also. So generator, even though as per the rating, specification is concerned, but characteristically they are mashing up the inertia value, very difficult. So what to do? Instead of going into individual, that is a tedious job, mathematically tedious and well by computer also tedious, what do? We get the mean value of that. We get the inertia of different machines, and we go with the little assumptions and take the average value. We define H in such a way that it will finally satisfy our calculation, and that way we define H. So H is basically inertia constant we define, and we assume that throughout the day or throughout the system, whatever may be the load, whatever the speed of the turbine, H will remain constant. When there is a little assumption is here, but for the simplicity sake, we can define H in this way. And you know the unit of H basically sacred. These are all mathematical substitution, this H value have substitute the original equation, and finally we can get a relation. This T is nothing but the torque I have defined is nothing but 2 into H. So from here, again, another important discussion comes. If we can take the mean value of H from the generation side, how to calculate the H of the load side? Because the load is having a lot of inertia and the characteristics of loads are different, so we have to calculate H of that. So what we have done, if we take the resultant H, we have taken the H generation synchronous, first we have considered H load. And once we consider H load with the H synchronous generator and substitute the original kinetic energy, then the final equation will be, the final equations of Rokov will be Rokov at T0 plus means the disturbance has occurred. We have already captured the magnitude of the disturbance, and at the same time of disturbance we have calculated, and if you go with the 0 plus domain, basically limiting case T0 plus, then Rokov is defined as some symbol has come, it's not the symbol of this. Del P imbalance might be low in F0 by 2. F0 is ideal frequency under ideal conditions. So this is Rokov, and with the help of this Rokov formula, we are able to calculate. I do not know the frequency, nothing is frequency, nothing is not here. With the help of this H, we can able to calculate the frequency nothing. Have you ever heard this term? Frequency nothing, where the disturbance occurs at the time of disturbance. Have you ever heard in AGC? Automatic degeneration control is renewable energy. So we can able to calculate the frequency nothing point, and we are able to calculate that Rokov frequency. And for that is the theme of the power electronics people. We will give the estimation of the inertia after penetrating the renewable energy, and the power electronics will have the frequency response, so that within a few milliseconds they have to take care of that frequency frequency. So as Rokov is a time derivative quantity from our electrical systems. Again, it is worth noting that a wrong approach in calculating Rokov can lead to erroneous evaluations of misunderstanding. So, if you go with a traditional approach of numerical technique or normal mathematical modeling for calculating Rokov, we are dead sure there will be error in the calculation, and this is the place where we can correct the data, fit to the email in the form of a supervised or unsupervised learning, and can better output and finally deploy to the system. So otherwise, if it had calculations or computer calculations or numerical technique, it might lead to a very erroneous result. That is already checked with the combined energy department and checked it. So the next figure, if you don't know the figure is available, or kindly is there. The next figure we have an example of the effect of filtering selection of the, we can filter the curve by filtering shunting. Because the point is that in every instant the Rokov can change, but we have to take an average Rokov. Then only able to calculate or you can estimate the inertia of the system. Otherwise, the whole calculation, and for evaluation of Rokov, we go with a little bit tolerance, peak of that frequency deviation is plus minus 1% into the thing. And in case of that the frequency deviation, it's a mistake, no? That the frequency deviation, and in case of Rokov, then the time bomb, the boundary value or the band is very tight, and now plus minus that I told in the beginning, the plus minus 0.2 per second. Very tight bandwidth of the frequency in that frequency estimation. So this is the thing, Rokov is this orange color, this Rokov, and if we go with a sliding beam control, we can able to filter the Rokov. Finally, this green one will change the frequency at the nothing Rokov point. Very important issue. And before penetrating renewable energy, we have to cross-check all these things. There is a solar panel, just correctly not there. These are all important technical. So you have to check, and then only you can penetrate and really
Sir, what is sliding mean actually?
That's a control, that's a
Sliding
control. Yeah, sliding control. That control is a very good, because that is a first frequency response control that can filter. Because in this condition, if you connect the renewable energy to the traditional grid, there is a huge amount of loss. There is a slight deviation of H, capital H, even though you claim it as a constant. A lot of other technical issues will become. So we have to filter into it. So that comes from the power electronic people. No?
In calculation theoretically, when we consider H as a constant value.
Right. That's under assumption.
Under assumption.
Definitely.
It is actually not constant.
No, that is
For
not
simple-
exactly constant, and whatever you are considering the value of it, these are all for solving the X-cube problem. But in the real world system, they take nowadays the lot of advancement has come in the computer. They generally take the good data, correct data. But for textbook problem, we input the problem, consider H is this. That's all. So nowadays they are using those who are the MNR, the government, I mean the Green India, what is earlier known as Koshoko, they are using the Roof filtering. And at Bombay, it is the Energy Center, they purchased Roof filtering from Germany, if I am not wrong, and it's working nicely. Even in the model level only, but still it is working, the Roof filter. So impact of inertia, I have already talked a lot about this impact. So when inertia softens frequency, it can reduce. If there is an additional inertia from the turbine. If there is no inertia in the turbine, it cannot soften the frequency. Following a system imbalance through immediate and without any control actuation deployment of the energy stored in the rotating axis of the. So what is called synthetic inertia, the actual inertia is, if we say there is a 2 megawatt of power demand suddenly, and we cannot change the turbine and all that. So if we having a renewable energy source, and in the form of storage, we cannot ask the Xiaomi just give it. That we cannot. In the form of storage, and if we can connect instantaneously with a good frequency control device, so there will be no constraints of frequency, because frequency nothing will go. It will take 4 or 5 seconds time for further deviation. So within that deviation, that is there. I can give an example from day-to-day life. If there is a case of a cardiac arrest, generally we say there is a first 1 hour from the arrest is a golden hour. We can patient reach to the hospital or the nursing home within an hour, there is 100% chance the patient will be saved. But because of an ignorance, we pass the time, delayed, then the patient condition deteriorates. Similarly, within 4 or 5 seconds, we can provide the inertia from some other system. So 4 or 5 seconds for an electrical power system is a golden span, and we have to take care of with the help of a synthetic inertia or virtual inertia. So peak storage, supercapacitor, pump storage, these are important devices which can play the role of the synthetic inertia or virtual inertia. Those inertia does not have the rotational inertia physically. They supply the ball. It does not mean that inertia will give some kind of rotation. So there is no factual impediment for renewable energy sources to provide the different power frequencies. But as a mainstream technology involved in energy conversion from wind and sun, photovoltaics, not the thermal one. Thermal is having a little bit of inertia. Electricity is different from synchronous generator. The internal capability is normally involved only the generator. The technology that are used for this energy conversion from RES renewable energy sources usually involve power electronics, that is already detailed for models, PPMs. That should be fast controls are required or able to manage AC/DC or control and allow transfer various for input to the power. Stability issue. And all the impact of inertial power system. Protection equipment is a dangerous system nowadays. There is a lot of issues in the protection here. If there is inertia problem, a rotor problem, and short circuit power is another important issue. It reduces like anything and it hampers it. Challenges of integration of renewable energy, that is another part is this. If we integrate here penetrating renewable energy weakly, so system strength is very, very low. Just see how much that the harmonic we have created. And if there is a fault in a high system strength, of course, harmonics are there, but harmonics are very less, and only passive filter can mitigate or eliminate the issue. So a lot of issues, where you are connecting is very, very. You are connecting to the weak grid or you are connecting into the strong grid, or the sub-circuit strength is more or less is very important issue of this connection. There is another, we do not bother about it, but that is we thought of connecting grid. So we are all talking from the morning, from the 10:30 onwards, all problems, but we have finally like the prescription, the remedial solution for that, how we can overcome it, from the added engineer, we give short solution. So one is this solution using neutron-special transformer, which can go low impedance. Theoretically it's good, but installing neutron-special line is a challenging task for the government, but that is a technical solution. Reconfiguration of existing network, that is called network reconfiguration. If you can reconfigure the network, that might be a very good solution for cost. Installation of synchronous condenser. Synchronous condenser, the advantage is this, it can improve the power factor, it can improve the voltage stability, at the same time as a free, like I saw, purchase 2 sets, get 1 free, so we are getting power factor improvement, we are getting that one, I mean the voltage profile improvement, and as a free we are getting inertia. So synchronous condenser plays a very, very important role, we can install it. But we have to check the price, whether it is cost effective or not. But synchronous condenser, a lot of people nowadays are used when they go for the renewable energy. Very, very, very important role, power factor improvement. A lot of plus points are there. The main thing, we are getting inertia free, absolutely free thing we are getting. No cost for that. Installation of SBC and STATCOM is very important, control the dynamic one and control challenges. Reduction in the registered plant capacity. Plant capacity can be reduced by adding inertia, I mean the synthetic inertia or the virtual inertia to the system, we can reduce the plant capacity. Managing frequency, provision of narrowband frequency, that is really a challenge nowadays by the grid. Provision of narrowband frequency response from all generators to manage the response system over the coming year. This will be a real challenge again in next future. The real engineer or working in the field will be very difficult for that. Possible solutions: develop frequency control over plants, forecasting and scheduling and demand side management. Hopefully, you know what is demand side management. You know, peak clipping, value filling. These are the things. Strategic load setting. Those are the important components of demand side management. You clip the peak or you fill the valley of energy demand, and that we can mitigate a little bit. So these are all important. Demand side management is basically a market strategy. Technically, we have to do that market strategy. Flexibility. Flexibility in power system is ability to provide supply demand balance, maintain continuity in unexpected situation, and cope with uncertainty on supply demand side. Virtual inertia, I already described, the virtual synthetic inertia plays a very, very important role. Of course, virtual inertia, synthetic inertia is very much cost effective. We have to go with the modeling so that the system won't be cost effective, but at the same time, we have to manage the inertia. And energy storage and BMS. Energy storage is really an important issue nowadays. That's it. Thank you for your patience hearing once again. So any questions by this inertia? This is very, very important topic and research topic. Few IITs are estimating this inertia nowadays with the collaboration of MNRE and Green India. Earlier, one of the big nowadays I told them to Bombay on a regular basis estimation of inertia regular basis. So any questions from this inertia part, deals with energy, inertia mitigation?
So it is kind of organic inertia or synthetic inertia. When it is coming from the generator or synchronous motor, synchronous generator.
No, synchronous motor is not that that is already there in the system, so you are not adding to that. Synchronous condenser, if you adopt in the system, it can be considered as a virtual inertia, but that is not considered as a, but technically speaking, it is a kind of a virtual inertia to me. Virtual inertia is basically storage kind of device. Suddenly load demand is here. Turbine cannot generate. We cannot ask sun or wind, you blow down, you give the energy. We cannot dictate to sun and wind. If we are having storage and on instantaneous basis, we have to develop the control mechanism in such a way, within a blink, we will be able to supply the fraction by millisecond, so the system will never understand that there is a deficit of power. The power will start flowing and no questions of frequency deviation.
Suddenly, large amount of load comes to
And suddenly load amount of in Japan, they have developed a super capacitor in the tune of 5 gigawatt. 5 gigawatt super capacitor they have developed. So it is here, if money is there, everything is there. So what I mean, the technology is available. But in our Bokeshwar, we are having a pump storage throughout the year. And Bokeshwar is a huge capacity. During lean load, earlier I was against of this pump storage concept. When the renewable energy penetrated, again I am the fan of this pump storage system. Earlier I used to hate it. Why pump storage? Pump storage means during lean hour, we are using the electricity, we are burning the electricity, burning the coal and pumping the water to the head. It will create a head. When there is a huge demand, again we will generate. So we are getting electricity by burning coal and by electricity only. So I was a dead against. But when the renewable energy penetration came, then I thought that this is required. So lean hour and peak hour have to differentiate. And you have to, that is called day of use, probably in your DOU. Nowadays very important term in inertia calculation of DOU on a day of use. Then nowadays in fact the price of the electricity is depending on day of use also. No? Because hopefully within 2 or 3 years we will get electricity bill of different times. From 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock, when peak demand is there, you have to pay 10 rupees, when smart meter will come, you have to pay 10, 15 rupees. When there will be no demand, your tariff will come to 5 rupees. So in single day, there are 4 or 5 types of tariffs will be there, like the hotel in Diga. We go to Diga, there is huge peak demand, there are a lot of tariffs inside the dryer. There is huge demand, 3,000 rupees. When there is no demand during any season, same you will get 800 rupees.
So you said ROCO.
Yes. ROCO means when the inertia changes, then the frequency given. Frequency is the thing which is related to the electricity. If the demand goes high, it cannot give the supply, or the demand falls down, and if the supply is the surplus mode, the frequency deviates. That frequency deviation is not the thing. That whenever we are penetrating or integrating the renewable energy, so we are not adding inertia, rather we are deteriorating the existing inertia in the system, because this system inertia is zero. Then what will happen? We are penetrating zero inertia to the system, but we need a system where inertia should be there. It is good for us. It is good for us. But we are giving renewable energy with a zero energy. So when any problem comes, that renewable energy cannot take off that inertia issue. It cannot give the supply on urgent basis. And during that time, if there is a for one page, that thing is there any time permits and your mood and everything permits and it is if during that time, if the disturbance comes, we have to study the nature of the disturbance. What kind of disturbance? What is the magnitude of the disturbance? And what is the duration of the disturbance? Depending on the magnitude of the disturbance, nature of the disturbance, of the time of the disturbance, if we can take care of, there is no issue, we will be able to manage the frequency. If not, the frequency nothing will come. Frequency nothing means there is a huge change of frequency. And if time will come under frequency range, if the system will break out. We do not know because you work the power system in deregulation.
If the smart meter comes, I want power 24 hour, 24 by 7. Rather 24 by not 7, 24 by 365. All the time I need not be paying the money. During my important thing, before the examination, only the students like there is no power. If there is no power, I'll go to teacher, sir, this study there is load setting, you come to the class test. Genuine case, sir. No power. But other than we people, we are very serious about the power, not only the reliability power, the quality of the power. And their frequency plays a very, very important role. So whatever I discuss, all the discussions not related to the voltage, everything related to the frequency domain and active power related. And active power related. Because these are the issues, you know, one of my students is working in Bombay. He gave me, I was asked the lady student, you know. So he said, she said in fact, so these are the things that very good jobs is done in Bombay, in Energy department. These energy estimations, he says, so these are the vital parameters considered in Bombay. The size and exact time of disturbance is very, very important. Like cardiac arrest, when it took place, that's the golden time, from there it is very, very important. The location of the active power disturbance within the power system, very, very important measure of estimation. The number of frequency monitoring nodes, we take the frequency at a particular node. Maybe that node is healthy, we are getting bad information. From that node, we are getting good frequency. But in other node, the frequency is bad. We are taking the information from one node. But in power system, there are thousands and thousands nodes in the system. So number of frequency monitoring nodes available to measure frequency deviation across different areas of the power system. Especially in our country is the 7th largest country in the planet. So huge geographical area. And as post-disturbance frequency deviation is not uniform, and even though before disturbance, the frequency, if you measure in a different nodes, you get more or less good. But just after the post-disturbance, if you measure the frequency at different node, few nodes you will get a good idea. But because that node is facing less disturbance. And in other nodes, they are suffering a lot, their frequency deviation is more. This is another way of estimating the energy. Everything are taking. And then the presence of transients, because in that disturbance, we are not considering the noise and transients. At what speed it occurs? How much duration? So transients and noise in the frequency signal and the accuracy in calculating the rate of change of frequency. So ROCOP is very, very important issue of penetrating renewable energy. A lot of scientists, electrical engineers are working in different ideas on this. Another important issue, accurate estimation of inertia from all possible sources, like generator including synchronous generator, voltage and frequency dependent load, and virtual inertia from other sources. But these are all few assumptions. She said that a lot of other parameters are there in the power system which can contribute inertia control. It's really a challenging task in the system. Just like that we say renewable energy, penetration or level, we will put it in that way. But another issue is there. And government has already declared, our central government of India, by 2030, 30% penetration and 30% EV. Is it a child's play? Is it a matter of joke? The issues are there. We will control all these things. And again, coal is getting depleted. We have to go on. The coal reserve for another 75 years. We have to maintain. Where do we go? But anyway, when challenges are there, then the solutions are there. When the demand of core sector is coming down 10 or 15 years back, another sector comes in the market known as information technology. In our college, in time came that there is no demand in, because electric sector is not advancing in that way. So the people used to come TCS, the companies are there now by permutation combination name, TCS, CTS, by changing the letters, companies are there. They will come, sir, you take so less students and we college, that time it was wasted. Sir, take thousands and thousands, we are having some regulatory bodies, we cannot take, we have to take only 3 days. There used to become 400 people, because that's another solution, computer came with this. But after that,
When problem will come, God will give a solution. No? So the thing is that maybe we will not able to see that solution, but definitely some solution will come up with a good solution. So a lot of issues are there that we understand or calculating inertia. So I talked about mostly the disadvantage of penetrating, but there is some sign. There will be some sign. Hopefully the solution is
Challenges.
yeah. That's a challenging subject. Not a issues are there. Because one of my junior friend, Jamal Kumar, is a retail salary every day and that is doing this. I get a huge amount of salary. I am the manager, right? But I feel huge stress in my job. A very stressful life share. I want to do PhD underling. I want to go to a peaceful, low stressful life, academics. Then I told that academics is not a peaceful life nowadays. It has become again a stressful life. So again he's thinking in again, well, what per se, you are taking class and going ahead, it's not that. I have to produce so many pages, so many papers, so many things, lot of documentation, any pieces, then I will get the salary in the next month, otherwise if I salary not good. He thinks it is not right. The other side of the river is always green. He thinks in that way. Anyway, so this is all about from my end. So any questions from your end or I will close the session? When at the age of 64 plus, I deliver 2 lectures one day, generally not give. So anyway, any kind of thing is there, so I'll have it on.
Thank you, sir, for starting contributing session. Thank you. And thank you, participants, for your attention. This session highlighted several challenges associated with renewable energy integration, including reduced system inertia, increased frequency variability, and the limitations of non-synchronous technologies. It emphasized the crucial role of inertia in stabilizing the power grid, particularly as the industry transitions from mechanical to virtual solutions in renewable systems. Practical solutions to address these challenges were discussed, such as the use of synthetic inertia, synchronous condensers, and innovative grid designs aimed at maintaining stability in grids dominated by renewable energy sources. As we come to the close of today's insightful session, it's time to express our sincere gratitude to Professor Chanda for his invaluable contribution. To do so, I would like to invite Mr. Rohan Mandal, Assistant Professor of AI Department, to present a token of appreciation to sir. I would also like to invite Dr. Sumuk Karan, Assistant Professor of AI Department, to present a memento to serve as a lasting symbol of our gratitude for his time and expertise. Sir, we are truly grateful for your day-long session today, and we thank you once again for sharing your invaluable insights with us. As we conclude this session, participants, after the tea break, we will be having practical hands-on session in the AICT HIT Idea Lab. And after this session also there is a photo session. Please be available for this photo session. We look forward to seeing you all there after the short tea break. Thank you.